Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers, and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode. We've got a massive debate brewing today about the Toronto Blue Jays infield configuration and how this team utilizes their utility players. Plus, we're diving into the Locked On Top 100 rankings. Are your favorite Blue Jays going to make the cut? Let's jump straight into it. The offseason has been decent for the Jays with some disappointment along the way, but this team that walked off the field in Game 7 of the World Series had a lot of the right pieces coming back. The interesting conversation now is, how do they utilize all these players and get the most out of the 26-man roster and the 9 guys on the field every single day? The biggest question for me has been whether the pitching staff got better enough to offset the losses on the offensive side. Kazuma Okamoto, if we're doing a one-for-one exchange, has to replicate what Bo Bichette did in 2025 for this to be a similar offense. Obviously, in baseball, you get peaks and valleys. The Blue Jays had additions, but also subtractions. You've got to hope they'll be a playoff team again. Let's dive into the infield situation. The corner positions are pretty straightforward. Okamoto is their third baseman with a good arm and above-average defense. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is obviously at first base after playing Gold Glove caliber defense. Those two will be your corner infielders on opening day. The real debate comes down to shortstop and second base. With Bo Bichette gone, how does this infield look moving into 2026? This team probably lost a massive bat in Bo, but on the defensive side, it gives you a lot of good options. The roster is deep with Vladdy, Okamoto, Ernie Clement, Addison Barger, Andres Gimenez, and Davis Schneider. If the Jays were playing Game 7 tomorrow, I think you'd want Okamoto at third, Ernie Clement at second, Andres Gimenez at shortstop, and Vladdy at first. When they made the Gimenez trade last year, people thought Bo was probably gone. Gimenez might be the future shortstop, and that's proven to be the case. The tandem he had with Ernie in the playoffs when Bo wasn't, there was excellent. If you're putting out your 4 strongest defensive infielders, those are the 4 you've got to run with. Here's my perspective. Ernie Clement played shortstop throughout his minor league career. Gimenez said in the offseason that he enjoyed the move to shortstop, but it was more taxing on his body. Shortstop requires more range, and the throw is farther. I think Ernie Clement at shortstop gives you more flexibility. Gimenez is going to play every day, so having him at second base takes a toll off the body defensively because he has to be hitting every game. You want Andres to have a better hitting season than 2025. The pushback is, if you're paying Gimenez money and he's not producing offensively, why not play shortstop? That's what he's here for. He's a defensive specialist getting paid to play the premium position. Ernie Clement showed what he can be with the bat, especially against lefties. You play Gimenez at shortstop because that's the only reason he's in this lineup. If both shared the middle infield for all 162 games, the breakup would depend on the opposing pitching matchup. Ernie is in there every time there's a lefty on the mound. With Gimenez in the contract, he has to be there every day. Out of 150 games, he should be at shortstop for 110 of them. Take 40 games at second for relief. In a playoff scenario, Gimenez better be playing shortstop. One thing I'll say is pick a spot for Gimenez and leave him there. Don't flip-flop him around. If he's your second baseman, leave him there all season. If he's your shortstop, leave him at shortstop. Ernie Clement will play anywhere on the diamond and be happy about it. This brings up guys like Addison Barger and Davis Schneider. How much will John Schneider utilize the utility option? John Schneider did an unbelievable job managing the roster last year. These things work themselves out through injury or performance. The Blue Jays are paying Anthony Santander a lot and need more from him in year 2. A full season of healthy Dalton Varsho is one of the best things for this team defensively. Having guys who can move between outfield and infield is huge. Davis Schneider can play second base, shortstop, and left field. Barger can play corner outfield, third base, and shortstop. Okamoto can play first and third. Ernie Clement can play anywhere in the infield. A lot will come down to whether there's a righty or lefty on the mound and what John Schneider favors in late-game matchups. This team had success pinch hitting last season. The common theme should be riding the hot hand. You have to realize when it's proper to use matchup-based analytics versus when the eye test says keep this guy in because he's on a heater. I don't know what Davis Schneider's role will be. I think it's late inning pinch hit situations. If Addison Barger is doing well, keep him in the field because you need as many good bats as possible, and he's a good defender. The biggest thing I'm looking for from John Schneider is recognizing when guys are on hot streaks. Now let's talk about the Locked On Top 100. All the MLB show hosts put together our top 6 players, then vote on where they should land. My list went Vladdy, George Springer, Alejandro Kirk, Dylan Cease, Kevin Gausman, and Anthony Santander. I was flabbergasted by Santander on this list. He played 54 games last year. I'd put Dalton Varsho instead. He's the best defensive center fielder in the game with pop in his bat. Ernie Clement deserves serious debate. I wouldn't have Santander in my top 6, but he'd be at 7. He's an easy bounce-back candidate. I have Dylan Cease at number 2. They paid him $30 million AAV for a reason. George Springer at 3. Kevin Gausman needs to be on this list. Alejandro Kirk as well. Then I'm sneaking in Trey Savage at number 6. What he did in the 2025 playoffs was undisputed. My thought process, Vladdy speaks for himself. Dylan, Cease. I debated at number 2, but what Springer did was hard to argue with. Kirk is so steady and upgraded his defense. I love Varsho and wanted Trey Savage on here. But with service time and not knowing what it'll be over a full 162, I couldn't do it. There's a good chance next year Savage needs to be on the next one. We want everybody's thoughts in the comments. Let us know who you think should make the top 6 for the Blue Jays. Thanks for listening.